So going back to this video, getting back to the point, right? Basically, expand our networks. We have to expand our networks by any means necessary. Expand your networks, and not just the people that you are already in close proximity to. You need to make that network larger, and not just make it larger for the sake of making it larger. Make it make sense and actually nurture these people, these friends, these resources. Like, get to know them. Actually have a good a standing, I guess you'd call it a standing meeting, right? We meet every Tuesday. I remember going back to meeting every Tuesday, right? I remember I was 15, 16 years old, something like that. I used to work at McDonald's. I've worked at McDonald's several times throughout my life. But I remember there were these old guys that would come in. And I say old guys because I was, 15, 16, 17, whatever I was. And these guys are maybe 50, 60, maybe they were old vet. I don't know what they were, but every McDonald's I've ever worked at, I worked at McDonald's in Dallas. I worked at McDonald's in San Antonio. I worked at McDonald's in, I think Houston. I worked at Sunny. I can't remember, but whatever McDonald's I've ever worked at, there was always a group of old men that would always come in. And it was usually in the morning for the most part. They would always order the senior cup of coffee, which it was like half of regular coffee. So like, I think regular coffee might have been $1. So they would pay 50 cents for a cup of coffee. And these guys would just sit in there and talk. They would catch up. They'd have like a standing meeting, right? So that's the cool thing, man, about expanding your network. Expand that network to the point of where, you're talking to somebody and you remember, oh, you know what? I have a buddy that does that. And I'm curious, what do you know about this? I actually was shooting a question to a friend of mine earlier today, asking about this component. In my, if you watch one of my recent lives, I talked about a mentor mastermind that I recently did, and in that mentor mastermind, one of the attendees was talking about e-waste, which I've never heard of. I kind of thought like, what is that? But I was talking to a buddy of mine who works in cybersecurity and explained like, yeah, that's a thing, and I was like, oh shoot, like okay, and so now I need to do a little bit more research so I can understand it.